Gun fam, what's up? It's the Gun Brother. Thank you for tuning in. Update, small victories, something to be said. Actually, this is huge as far as I'm concerned. Shout out to my man Chris, Gun fam, always keeping me updated on the edge, making sure I know everything that's going on. Just found out that on the 29th, Federal District Court enjoined enforcement on 3 parts of SB1. 2 of them being major, or as far as I was concerned, the worst parts. You've heard me talk about it in other videos. So just getting right to it. On September 29th, 2023, a federal district court enjoined enforcement of number 1, that part of SB1 that presumptively banned carry by permit holders in privately owned buildings otherwise open to the public. 2, that part of SB1 that flatly banned, except by the owner, firearms in locations licensed to serve alcohol for on-site consumption. And 3, that part of existing state law that banned firearms within 1,000 feet of a demonstration. So those were all enjoined, which means to prevent somebody from doing something by injunction. I would assume that takes place immediately, simply because the SB1 is supposed to take effect on October 1. So, I mean, what does that mean? Like I said, you've heard me talk about it in other videos. The first one, privately owned buildings otherwise open to the public. SB1 basically was stating that if you wanted to carry into a building, any property, the owner or the agent or owner or leasee or whatever would have to post a sign at the door saying that firearms were allowed. And you've heard me say how ridiculously cowardly that was. On top of just unconstitutional to leave that decision up to a property owner or a business owner, or even just put the onus on that owner to have to even be engaged in this. There are buildings that I go in my daily routine. I got a bunch of videos that I was going to upload, but now they're irrelevant since this is enjoined. But there are dozens of buildings I go into every day where my office is, where going into, if I'm at the gas station, any building that I walk in, each of those individual owners or lessees would have to have posted a sign saying, yes, firearms are allowed. And I was getting to the point thinking that, because this is the last day that this could have happened, I was gonna have to go to these people and say, hey, I need you to post this sign at the door. Like, that's crazy that to think that someone would write a law saying that I would have to do that. Saying that these people would have to post signs giving me permission to exercise my Second Amendment right, of which up to this point, they've had no idea that I've been carrying. And I am not a threat. I am not there to rob the store. I am not there to hurt anybody or rob anybody coming in and out of the store. So up to that point, and I've been carrying in these places for years. So that is wonderfully welcome injunction. Then number 2, the part that flatly banned firearms in locations for serve alcohol for on-site consumption. And again, that would have been any restaurant, any bar, anything, like I said, above a carry out, any place that serves alcohol on-site for on-site consumption. As long as there's another part that says you can't be under the influence while you're carrying, and that's fine. I don't think most people would argue that. But to say that I wouldn't even have been able to come into the restaurant knowing that I'm not going to drink, I thought that was a bit harsh, and so that one has been enjoined as well. So those are two of the worst parts of SB1 anyway, as far as I was concerned. Some people might argue about some of the other things. State buildings, courthouses and stuff like that, that was already on the table anyway. They just kind of made it a little more explicit, but that was already in place, and you can't carry in federal buildings anywhere anyway. So all they did was mention the state level buildings, and that's true in most states. These 2, those I thought were just ridiculous. I couldn't go into the grocery store. I couldn't go into Target. I couldn't go into, like I said, the gas station, just any building. I couldn't go into an office building and exercising my right again. The last part, the 3rd one, the part of existing state law that banned firearms within 1,000 feet of a demonstration. I know that that's in effect in other jurisdictions. I know the reason for it, but of course, if you were if the demonstration was about firearms and then you couldn't wear your firearm to the demonstration, I can see where that could be a problem, especially because that is the right that you're expressing that you want to protect. But again, great news for Maryland as far as SB1 is concerned. 3 parts enjoined, but 2 of the major parts, again, saying that you couldn't carry in any property without permission from the owners or an agent of the owner, and that you couldn't carry on to any establishment that served alcohol to be consumed on the premises. So good news, guys. If you got any comments, please put them down below. We'll talk about them. We'll see how far this goes. Again, this news is available on Maryland Shall Issue's website. I'll put the link down below so you guys can see it. And if you have anything to say, go ahead and say it. We'll talk soon. The Gun Brother is out. I will talk to you soon.